Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sade, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the title, today I'm doing a get ready with me, and I'm gonna be talking about a few different topics. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna name this get ready with me. I'm sure there's gonna be a name by the time this video goes out, but I'm not really sure what to call it. But I do want to say before anything, shout out to Beauty Forever because this is a collaboration with them. I think I am reviewing their Brazilian curly hair, and I ended up cutting it into a bob, and I'm about to install it right now. Pray that everything goes well during the course of this video, unless you're not gonna see this video, period. But yeah, so I'm gonna just start with putting on my wig. Again, shout out to Beauty Forever. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about and really inspired, I guess, the get ready portion of this video is that little stunt that London on the Track pulled at Summer Walker's, you know, on her tour, basically. Ooh. I want to moisturize my face, but I really like to do that after I do everything. But matter of fact, I'm gonna do that after I put on this wig. But let me just spray some rose water on there first, you know. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is get my Got2b glue and my Got2b spray. As you guys can see, can you see? And I'm gonna put it on this thing right here, and then I'm just gonna apply it to my hairline first and let it get tacky, and then apply the wig and whatnot. And the specs on this wig is that it is a 20-inch lace frontal, 13x6, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, it's a 13x6, and let me show you guys the inside of this unit. But anyways, I'm going to put this on here. And then I'm going to add my Got2b. Actually, let me add a little bit more because you never know how much you actually really need. So that is the amount. And then I'm gonna go in with the Got2b spray and do that so that it can get tacky and it kind of turns into like a glue, except it's not like a real glue, so you know you can preserve your edges. And if you're not the type of person to wear a wig long, then you know that also helps. So let me mix that in because it's also good to mix it in. And this is a technique that I saw another YouTuber do, and I was like, yo, that is literally genius. So I'm going to add her channel down below because honestly I thought that this was so smart. I don't know if other people do it, but she was the first person I saw do it when I was just looking for quick ways to apply your wig, and I was like, girl, you got something that's working. I like that. So anyways, if you can see, yeah, it's getting really tacky. And I feel like this is a good method for someone who literally does not know how to apply wigs, because honestly, if you don't know how to apply wigs and you get a hold of that bold hold, girl, you might not have edges ever again. So, you know, just be mindful. So anyways, I'm gonna zoom in and perch my camera up a little bit so you guys can see my hairline, and I'm just gonna use my mirror to kind of go in and, you know, set the foundation and whatnot. I'm gonna start here because this is the best place I find that my wigs like to stick to. And my understanding is that this hold is literally like, it can hold for up to 4 days, but you can still wash it off. And that's the best part, because I be getting claustrophobic in these wigs. Like I don't know how people wear wigs for like days and days at a time, especially because of like how I wash my face and stuff like that. Like I literally cannot do this. Like that's crazy. But I'm not judging, you know, like I'm not judging. Everybody has different preferences and whatnot. Okay, so while this is, you know, being applied and whatnot, and again, just try to keep it like real close to the hairline. Maybe bring it back a little bit. It's not going to take out your edges and stuff like that because this is water soluble. I think that's the right word. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section down below. But again, you can just like rinse this off and you won't have any issues. Oh my god, this is so cool. I've never done this method before. So again, fingers crossed, I hope it comes out really good. So I'm gonna let that layer be like this right now. I'm also gonna take out my, what is this, my tail comb, and go forth. And the reason I'm not wearing a wig cap is because I don't know, I don't like wig caps. They make my head hurt, so I'm not wearing that. This, you guys know I'm not really like this type of like wig girl. I'm an Ivy flip over method girl, so you know I gotta do what works for me. I know other things work for other people, but I gotta do what works for me. So anyways, okay, let's put it just kind of at the edge. And then there's like a comb in the back, so I'm just gonna kind of put it up in the back. And then I'm gonna take my clips and take my hair back as well. Okay, that seems like it's working. Well, oh my god. I will never do another method again. Oh my goodness, no, I'm actually shook right now. Hold on. And the best part about this method right now is that I don't feel scared that if I positioned my wig in the wrong place, which I sort of did, so let me move it, that if I need to move it, it's gonna be an issue. Oh my goodness, this is so smart. Thank you. I wish I remembered this girl's YouTube name. Her handle is gonna pop up right here because she literally just saved me from being a hot mess. And then you could go in and go underneath and just add some more. So I'm just gonna do my sides quickly, and then we're gonna get into the conversational part of this video while I do my makeup. No, this is actually crazy, like the fact that this is working. It's kind of like coming up a little bit, but once you put on that scarf and you kind of spray on top, I could see how this is gonna completely work. So let me just do the sides. I feel like if I were to do this again, I would just put it around the whole thing so that I could quickly lay it down with everything else, because the heat from your head kind of warms up the glue a little bit. So, and maybe I would have used a little bit more of the spray, because the spray is really what's so damn strong. I'm gonna find my little satin scarf thing and I'm going to come back. Okay, so I got my scarf, but before I go in with that, I'm just going to add some free spray right here where the lace is, in the middle a little bit, and then on the other side. I know there's no like definitive part, but that's because I didn't go in and pluck, because this is not one of those wigs where I feel like I want to do all that work to, especially because my hand, it's either I under pluck or over pluck. I never really know how to discern what is right, so you know, I just kind of finagle it how I can finagle it. So I'm gonna go in and spray right here, and then of course right here, and now I'm going to put it on my head. And this is the part of like doing hair videos that is frustrating to me, because to do a get ready with me and to know that you're gonna do your makeup, but you're also trying to lay your wig, like how can I contour my forehead if this is on my forehead? Hair. Anyways, let me situate myself, let me wet my face and add some moisture to it, and then come right back again. Okay, so let's really get started now. So what I wanted to talk about was love bombing, and what really inspired this conversation is that little stunt that London on the Track pulled towards Summerella. I gotta stop saying that, Summer Walker, sorry. And here's my thing. I don't have real insight into their relationship. I really don't know what goes on between them. And I don't want to make any assumptions. This is just my little 2 cents. And I think I have every right to share this, especially because, I don't know, his tactics seem a little too familiar to me. I also feel like it would be disingenuous of me to not share what inspires me to do videos like this, because so much of what I saw happen has happened to me and has taken me in so many different places and given me so much different insight for me to express exactly why I think what he did was harmful. So from my understanding of their relationship so far, it's been a good relationship. She's been very into him and stuff like that. But he does things that to me kind of strike as like, I did that as a reflection of my ego and not a reflection of my genuine support and love for you. But then again, I don't have their kind of money, so I don't really truly know. So I don't want to speak vaguely about things that I don't know. But anyways, just going off of that, You know, he's gotten her lots of flowers, lots of other times and stuff like that, but to come on stage while she's performing after she just had publicly announced that she is now single, because what she specifically said, and if I can find what she wrote, I'm gonna like put it right here, but something along the lines of, he is a chauvinist, which is somebody who exercises in a very aggressive way their power over you, depending on where they hone in their power from, which for him, under the guise of like chauvinism, is male aggression, I guess you could say. Like, because I'm the man, my opinion should be more respected, or you know, women shouldn't do stuff like that. Usually there's like some level of patriarchy, black male patriarchy, because obviously he's not white, and then if that even exists, I feel like that's something that we still are trying to delegate. Sorry, I have so much spit in my mouth, I don't know why. And what is it? I said black male patriarchy, and there's another word that I wanted to use, misogyny. That's the word. And I just feel like that's a very particular thing to say about someone that you have intimately involved yourself with. And I don't think that she said that, you know, out of anger. I don't think that she said that out of, you know, malice. I think she really said something that is a true reflection of his character, which is why, you know, had she not, you know, gave us that kind of information, I don't think that that stunt, I would have perceived it as such. I would have perceived it as a true, you know, token of his love, maybe to some extent, because, you know, with my own personal discretion, I don't like stuff like that. Like, I feel like he tried to seize her moment, like low-key try to make it about her, but you really made it about you by being the good boyfriend who swoops in with the big unicorn teddy bear and the one rose and stuff like that. And I don't know, he's always doing like these very romantic things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being romance. I think we all deserve, especially if that's one of your love languages and stuff like that, I think we all deserve to be romanced, you know? But I think for him to hijack her platform, to hijack, you know, her true essence, which is her performing, that's her freedom right there, you know, if she sees it as such. And I would think so, because, you know, from my understanding, her writing is her creative outlet to all the bullshit that she's over. It's just like, why would you involve yourself in such a sacred process? You know, it's her and her fans, not you, her and her fans, you know. And we want to accept you, we want to invite you in, but homeboy, you don't got that much time in yet, you know. It's summer that we're really focused on, and granted, you London on the track, and you put out all these great, you know, London on the track type of things and stuff like that, and we respect you for that. But we're not trying to, I mean, at least myself, speaking for myself, I'm not trying to itemize them and create this pressure, especially for the fact that she just got out of a toxic relationship. I don't know if you guys remember, and granted, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I keep tabs on celebrities and stuff like that, because I really don't. But Summer Walker, SZA, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and James Blake are like artists that and Frank Ocean. They're artists that I am completely invested in, and sometimes Beyonce. I love Beyonce though, but you know, I feel like she's so private, it's kind of hard to kind of, you know, peekaboo, you know. But I don't know, I just really like to see how, you know, they inspire me, you know. So I feel concerned when I see something that's suspicious is going on, such as love bombing, because love bombing is an act against self. It's an act against self for the other person. I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. But what I mean really is that I feel like when men do that, and I'm speaking from my own experience now, it is a way to, it's weird. It's a grand gesture that makes you small. And I don't know how else to explain that. And I'm going to try to detail it and articulate it better. But it's a grand gesture that makes you small. And more times than not, only people that have experience can know exactly what I'm talking about. Because the way that these people swoop in and do their things, it kind of seems, it's almost coming from a disingenuous place, especially if you know them more intimately. Okay, I'm gonna start with my contour, because you see I ain't really do shit yet. Today's just gonna be a contour and freckle day, by the way. But speaking from my own experience, like I said, when I was with Osazwa, he would do like really nice things, like really, really nice things. And before my relationship with him, I had not been exposed to nice things, if that makes sense, or like grand gestures of love. And because he met me in a place where I felt like I deserved those kinds of things, although self-love is always something that, self-love is a lifelong journey. It never stops. As much as you think you might have, you know, acquired an adequate amount of self-love, throw some more in that bitch, because I guarantee you're gonna need it. And don't ever feel so I don't know. There's just always more to add to it. But anyways, he met me in a place where I was just like, you know, like, I done moved to California. Like, I'm back in school. Like, I'm amazing. Like, I'm doing hot right now. Like, who gonna check me? Who gonna handle me? You know? And so I was just like, the only thing that I need at this time to complete the puzzle is, you know, a boyfriend and stuff like that. And at the time, like I said, I was studying African spirituality and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know, I was like, yo, I need me like a African king, like a prince. So when I get on Tinder and I come across Osazwa and stuff like that, and we're, you know, in communication and, you know, things are picking up, I'm like, oh shit, like, damn, God, you really coming through. Mind you, like I said, I was studying African spirituality, but at the time, I also still had an understanding and a belief in God. I just didn't feel like fundamentally the route to get to him through Christianity was the path I wanted to take. And that's a conversation for another day as well. But again, I'm not denouncing Christianity or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm just giving you guys some contextual information to understand where my mind frame was. So me and him are like in conversation and stuff like that. We're talking, and you know, he comes off, initially he came off so quiet and just very intriguing for that reason. Like, he was just quiet. Nothing about him was like grandiose or, you know, male ego driven or anything like that. And here's the thing, toxic people can be toxic and not have those attributes. It's so weird. Like, the way that we talk about toxic people and toxic men particularly, we don't, you know, talk about the varied nature that they come in. So when you're looking out for like who's toxic and who not to date and stuff like that, you're thinking particularly of like, okay, someone who doesn't call me a bitch, or someone who doesn't call me out of my name, or doesn't hit me, or doesn't, you know, manipulate me, or doesn't cheat on me. But toxicity is deeper than that. And that's why when I talk about, like, when I start to talk about spiritual warfare and stuff like that, I'm gonna talk about the covert nature that these type of people have to pursue their bidding, I guess you could say. I think that's a good way to describe it. But anyways, back to what I was saying and my own personal experience. Once me and O were in the relationship and it started to truly develop, he started doing things that, again, I had never been exposed to. So, you know, as the other part of YouTube would say, I was dating Dusties before, so to speak, and always, you know, he was showing me a whole different kind of lifestyle and stuff like that. And when I say lifestyle, I don't just mean, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about just like, I'm talking about character as well. So anyways, homeboy's putting me on to a whole different style of like living and stuff like that. But in the midst of this, you know, parts of like who he truly is starting to peek out. And at the time, I wasn't really familiar. Let it just be known, and this is not to say that London on the Track is evil or anything like that, but having an understanding or insight to the fact that evil is a real thing. It's not like the two principalities that exist in the world right now are good and evil. And I don't think that I had the understanding that evil was like a real thing, or like a real like energy, or like a commitment that people make, you know. And you know, I didn't have that understanding. So, you know, as the relationship is developing, and yes, I'm getting shown, you know, these different types of things and stuff like that, parts of his personality, his true personality, are starting to peek out, and he's doing, you know, these really extremely volatile and manipulative things behind closed doors that really, if you ask anybody, they cannot say that they know Osaswa to be this person. They don't know his personality to be of such nature. But behind closed doors, he's hitting himself with pots and pans across his head and knocking himself out. And then miraculously, which is another thing I'm going to talk about, but miraculously getting up after it, after having big cocos on his head and saying, please, like, if I'm saying like, yo, like, I need to leave you because I can see that we just don't have the same, we're just not aligned, we're not equally yoked, we're just from two different planes and stuff like that. And you fly into a rage where it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, oh, I'm gonna do this and stuff like that, almost to the point, and it's weird, like there's like a wild that would come into his eyes when he would display these kinds of actions. And again, like I said, if anybody on the outside would have, you know, heard me saying this, they would be like, Shade, I literally don't believe you. Like, that doesn't make any sense to his personality because he was so meek and quiet. However, he would still do things like grand gestures, that at the time, because I was, you know, being manipulated and I wasn't completely aware, I kind of took it as flattery. And I know that sounds very terrible, and I hope that I can articulate and contextualize this properly. But because of where I was in my self-love journey, and I didn't know how much more of myself I needed to adequately pour into, I was really taken aback by the idea that this person was so in love with me that they would rather die without being with me. And obviously I wouldn't want this person to die. I would never encourage that. I never did encourage that. But I was just like, wow, like this love must be so deep, because I knew what it was like formerly to be in a situation where I loved someone so much that when they were hurting me, I felt like I was dying. So I just kind of thought that this was his experience of such nature, and I didn't want to not validate that, not knowing that whole time this is a manipulative tactic of someone who's narcissistic and genuinely, from my understanding and what I believe, is evil, who is evil, to keep me small, to keep me complicit, and to keep me as almost as like livestock, as like a source, you know, to depend on, you know, because, you know, misery loves company. And I really hope that I'm articulating all of what I'm trying to say, you know, the best that I can and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just a strange time in my life. More than strange, it was dangerous, it was concerning, it was life-threatening. It left me in fear for a long time. And even though I'm like practically a year like fresh out of that relationship, I'm still trying to regain a sense of self. I'm still trying to regain a sense of courage, you know, even just by filming this. And filming it is one part of it, but then putting it out, editing it and stuff like that, and sharing the explicit details of, you know, or some of the explicit details, because like I said, I'm gonna do a dedicated video of what this person did to me. And, you know, at the end of the day, feeling like, okay, I don't have to fear for my life. Or in the event that I do have a little bit of fear, at least let my truth be heard over, and let it be the precedence to whatever fear that I have, so that it can be dismantled, so that I don't feel stuck and complacent and anchored by that and stuff like that. And that's what I fear about this London on the Track kid. I feel like, you know, I feel like Summer is a strong person. I feel like she's been through a lot. I think that I think the way that she's going about her expression for Capital is great. Like, who doesn't love some good fuck that nigga music? Like, who doesn't love that, you know? And if you white, you can't say that dude, sure, but fuck that nigga music. It hits different. It's in the soul. And that is what I like about Summer, because she's just so her about it. She's just so her about it. She's so like moody about it, and just like really like, I don't know, she just appeals to my fucking taste, to my palate. And I'm concerned about, you know, where that relationship could potentially bring her in the event that, you know, this London on the Track character is more than a not shit ass dude, but like a agent of evil, you know, because the lines are blurred between, are not blurred, but they're just so thin. Let me just say that the lines are so thin between someone who is bad and evil, you know, because you never know when they're gonna like make that legitimate choice to cross over. And from his actions, I just feel like, you know, he's there, whether he knows that like consciously or not. He's in that direction. And that's one thing about Osazuwa that I never could potentially, I never could really get a grasp of. I could never understand if he was evil on purpose or if he just kind of like just became, you know, and he just didn't see any other way. And I don't want to mischaracterize Osazuwa by saying that he's evil. I don't want to mischaracterize him to you guys and just make you guys feel like he is evil just because of my namesake of saying so. But that nigga is evil. And when I get into the story time, for real, I'm going to really break down how I realized and understood the difference. And that has been the biggest inspiration for me to pursue God from the time I had always tried to pursue God. And from the time that I said, oh, African spirituality, up until the ending of the relationship, up until this very moment where I'm speaking to you, I have been trying to pursue God. And I try to do it in a way that is not disingenuous. I try to do it in a way that facilitates courage and time and patience with myself. I don't want to rush it just because, you know, I was so scared and now I just want to run to God. I want to love God because I want to love God, you know. I don't want to just love somebody because I'm loving them because I'm scared that if I don't love them, I'll miss out and stuff like that. I don't think that's fair to myself or to God, although I don't even think it matters to God from my understanding of the text and stuff like that. But again, that's a journey, and I don't know, that's something that I'm gonna have to like really go into for myself and read. And that's one thing that I also want to say real quick to you guys. Wow, this makeup look is really not coming together because I can't find any of my shit. Anyways, another thing that I just want to say to you guys real quick, when it comes to scripture, when it comes to God, there are some sayings, some phrases, some prayers, some, you know, parables, I believe, that we all know via people kind of we just know it because we've heard it a lot, but we don't know it particularly because we went and we looked for it in the book, you know. We didn't go and look for it. We just kind of heard it over and over and we kind of adopted it as our own rhetoric. Don't do that with God. Do not do that. I do not recommend anybody to do that. I think for myself included, it has led me astray a lot of different times where I've understood God or I've misunderstood God and mischaracterized the nature of God because I listened to what other people said and I didn't go and inquire for myself wholeheartedly, which is why I probably ended up in the African spirituality journey in the first place. And that's not to denounce it. If people are interested in that, please, baby girl, go, you know, go take that route, you know, if you want. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy, and I don't think you're gonna be met with the things that you think you're gonna be met with, unless that's the journey you want to take. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. But anyways, that's the commentary I wanted to kind of come and share with you guys. So I'm gonna try to complete this look and come right back. Okay, so I'm going to take my scarf off now. I decided to finish the rest of the look off camera because I pretty much said all of what I needed to say. I do have a closing statement and stuff like that, but first I'm going to take down this wig. I hate when clips do that. I hate when clips disturb my curls, and I know it's all contingent upon how I take off the clip, but still, I just wish there was a way to take off a clip, and that didn't happen. But ooh, this side has like a little bit of that white cast, but I literally don't care. I'm probably gonna take off this wig tonight. But ooh, I look cute. Hold on. Ooh, this look real. Hold on. This look like my skill diva cut, yes. But let's see if we can finagle a little something, because I can't have my, like, that's just a little too, I mean, it's still cute. Like, I think it looks really real, but I just don't think that's me. Also, I need to break this up a little bit. See, this is the thing that gets me. The sides don't really come down for me. And I don't know if it's because the wig is a little too small. I don't know what I'm doing wrong when it comes to that whole situation. But as long as this part is down, and I'm not even going to do the pull test because I might end up pulling this shit off by accident. I'm going to just leave it just like this. I'm going to add some water because this is what I do to all my wigs to kind of add the volume back to my curls and stuff. And this method works best, like just spraying your hair with water to kind of bring the curl definition back, works best after you've already defined your curls and you kind of like let your wig sit. It just kind of adds, I don't know how to explain it, but it just kind of allows the wig to kind of shape your face properly. So I know it looks kind of a little damp right now, but it's gonna dry and it's gonna look really, 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 really cute. Some parts look a little bit longer only because, you know, the side tabs are kind of like sprayed down and stuff like that. If I was gonna do Chrissy's method, I don't remember her actual name, but I think it's not Forever Chrissy. Hey girl though, that's my girl. She also be slaying wigs, but the other Chrissy girl that was on YouTube and then she got off of YouTube and then she came back, and like every hair website, anytime there's like curly hair, they be using her picture. That one, I saw a tutorial on her page the other day, and it was like she was sewing down her wigs. Like she had made like a part here and then she would sew here and then do that. I would do that with this wig. I'm actually kind of feeling this wig. Am I gonna sell it? I don't know. This is really cute though. Like this is actually like very, very, very me. And I'm going to do my edges, so let me get my mirror back down because I ended up moving it. But the last thing I basically wanted to say is with anything that you are investing into, whether it's a business, whether it's a partner, whether it's yourself, do it from, or as much as you can, an intuitive place, because your intuition, your gut feelings they're like a piece of God, honestly. It's like a touch of God that God bestowed upon you. And I don't want to sound again all like, you know, however it may come off to you. I'm being dead ass. Like in all of my entire fucking life, anytime that I've felt something intuitively good or bad, it has been entirely true. And I only wish that when I was dealing with Osazo from the very beginning, because from the very beginning he spiritually rubbed me the most wrong of ways, like literally the most wrong of ways. I wish I would have taken that and not said, like, I wish I would have taken it at face value and not been so doubtful at the idea of what I perceived, because I think all of what I perceived via my intuition was foreshadowing for all of what actually happened. And that's another thing that I'm going to get into. But the reason I'm saying that, to tie that back into Summer Walker and London on the Track, is I hope and pray that for her, she is able to have the true full-bodied discernment to make a decision, not just for her career but for her personal livelihood. And I'm not trying to project on her. I don't know the true nature of their relationship, but in the event that he is what he potentially could be because of what the fuck he did, I hope that she has full discernment and discretion to move forward and ascend higher, and beyond that, because nobody deserves that. You know, no one deserves fake love, you know, and grandiose gestures to persuade an audience of people and to persuade, you know, the person on the receiving end that you are more into them and that you are a good pick when you're really not, and whether you want to admit that to yourself or not, is foul and it's evil. And I hope that she can see through that and make a decision for herself, whether it's in the likeness of the fans or not, to do what works for her best and keeps her safe and keeps her happy, because that's what really matters, what keeps her safe and keeps her happy. And sometimes I really wish that I was friends with a lot of these artists and these people. And when I say friends, I don't mean like friends, but I do mean more than acquaintanceship. Well, I guess it is friendship then. Or more so than that, maybe just wise counsel, and not because I think I'm so wise and I'm so this and I'm so that, but just in a way where I could let people know. But I think I do enough of that here. Oh, my friend Ashlyn is writing me, hey girl, that's my girl. Just enough for me to pour into anybody who is looking for it in a way that, you know, they can benefit from, but also doesn't take away from me entirely. So yeah, I just be talking like, girl, come on, you were supposed to do edges like 20 minutes ago. All right, let's do this. I think that's cute enough. I think that's the only one I need. Just a little something to just make it seem even more real. Okay, and then let's add a little foundation in the part. I don't know if that other video has already gone up, but what I wear as foundation now is, well, I just started wearing because I don't wear foundation, but when I do wear foundation is the L'Oreal True Match in W10. Love this foundation, love it. Definitely understand now why other people love it. But anyways, going in with a concealer brush and just kind of adding. Does that make a difference? I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference. When I look back at old like videos of me putting concealer in my part, the cringe that comes across me is, oh my goodness, it's crazy. I'm like, I can't believe I was really putting concealer that was already too light for me, but I didn't know no better, in my hairline. So I wonder sometimes, like when I do stuff now, feeling that I am in these modern times, that, you know, I just wonder if I'll regret it and be like, wow, that was hit. Like, that was, you know, not cute. I wish I want to add some edges here, but I just kind of don't feel like it, only because this is so cute. I feel like I would wear it with like a hat, but I am gonna go ahead and cut this. But I also am kind of scared to cut it, only because I feel like when it's time to apply this again, because I think I am gonna keep it as one of those wigs where I just kind of like, you know, just do a little something with it. I don't got something to throw in my head. I don't know, I'm just gonna cut it. I'll figure it out next time. Sorry I didn't show you guys me cutting it in the first place. I just feel like every time I try to film videos like that, it always is a fail. Like it never fails that it turns into a fail. So I just be like, it's either me or y'all, and it's gonna definitely be me, because I'm not gonna mess up my good wig and not mess up my quid when y'all know I'm trying to get up on out of here adequately and whatnot. So anyways, yes, this is the Beauty Forever wig. It is really, 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 really nice. I know a lot of people have a lot of different things to say about them, but personally, washing this wig, a breeze. Getting through this hair, a breeze. Application and everything like that, a breeze. I also really like the size of this wig cap. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like once I placed it on my head, it was just awesome. So I think I went with the average size in the medium dark lace. I can't exactly remember, but I mean, if I'm clockable, let me be clockable. It's a wig at the end of the day. I would definitely wear this with one of my cute little hats, and at the end of the day, I don't know, I just think that this is really cute. So get into her. She's cute. I know somebody gonna ask me to sell her, so that means I did a good job, because people, every time, even if I put up a wig I don't even really fancy too much, y'all be like, you selling that? And I'd be like, yeah. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this commentary. I feel like this is the most articulate conversation that I've actually been able to sit down and feel like I fluidly could get through without any like mental blocks or brain fog or anything like that, which is also a representation or a reflection of spiritual warfare and stuff like that. Again, there's so much stuff that I'm going to touch on when I talk to you guys, but I just want to say thanks to God and thanks to you guys for praying for me and just always looking out for me. I feel like you guys have been a great contribution. I don't want to cry, but you guys have been a great contribution to my mental health and just reminding me to keep going. And I'm not just talking about on YouTube, I'm talking about in real life. Like, it just helps so much. It helps so much. I wish there was a way that I could pay it forward to all of you guys, because you guys are amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support again, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.